Time to raise another banner in Foxborough. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the 2019 season on EA Sports. Tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6th Super Bowl banner as they take on an old foe in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back to wrap up a wild first Sunday in the NFL. But first, it's time for Sunday Night Football as we welcome in Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, I got to tell you, we envy you right now in that nice dry studio as we are at soggy and windy Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Godden with Charles Davis, and the 100th season of the NFL is underway. Had some great games this afternoon and on Thursday, but tonight the defending champs take the spotlight.
Raise the banner, another Super Bowl champ to celebrate. Lots of hugs and songs and cheering, and once again, the Patriots on top of the football world as we begin another season. Do they have enough room to continue to raise banners? I feel like they're running out here at this stadium.
Somebody needs to try to unseat them, but these Patriots, they don't care about room. They just want more banners.
Yeah, that's for sure. And tonight, all they'll care about is celebrating yet another Super Bowl championship.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steelers make their way out. The Killer Bees are no more. Only one remains, and that's their quarterback, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. That's caught the former USC Trojan Xavier Grimble. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, I mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Now Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
And now the spotlight falls on wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, because with the acrimonious departure of Antonio Brown to Oakland and Le'Veon Bell moving on to the New York Jets, he is truly the #1 target for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Second down and goal. Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, we're dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Well, security eluded him.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career, but that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. And now we take a peek at the Patriot offense.
And the big story, of course, no Rob Gronkowski at tight end. Who's going to step up for the big-time playmaker? Who's going to give Tom Brady the security blanket that he used to have from big number 87?
On 2nd and 9, Brady. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And Brady's throw there incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard. That'll bring up second down. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
When talking about Cameron Hayward, I think it's a mistake if people just describe him as a base defensive end because, yes, he does hold up well against the running game and holds the point of attack. But I think he also has very good pass rush moves as he makes his way towards the quarterback.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Now on 2nd and 13. Brady gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A reminder, coming up tomorrow night, it's the one weekend of the year where we get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game. Then Broncos and Raiders, Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and also the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game at 10:30 Eastern.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Jamie Collins, formerly of the Browns, in on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Flushed out right. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Roethlisberger now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. This is Connor. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
From the 44, Roethlisberger throwing the out route and complete. That's Rodgers. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Tried to go draw play out of the gun down here.
Yeah, they tried to spread things out, didn't they? They wanted to move people away from the center of the field, away from the line of scrimmage near the ball, so that the runner could find some space. Unsuccessful.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Adams. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, now Brady. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. They do go for it. It's Brady. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And finally down at the 41-yard line. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady, he'll find Harry on the right side. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Brady again. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But it's going to be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I
love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they will run it with Michel. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Great job, man. Keep getting those touchdowns.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle.
On any given... pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Brady's throw there complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. The backup Stidham, his first throw. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. T.J. Watt and the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it?
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The safety, T.J. Ward, in on the stop. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over, But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe it.
And it's a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Second and 10 now. Stidham escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt and the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2. Out of 3 times, usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right back to Connor here on first. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield. Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to put.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with first and goal. I have to believe that they'll continue to bring the pressure on third down.
And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit his big receiver, Brandon Marshall, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long, there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often...
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. They'll throw on first down with Stidham. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Brandon Marshall, 76 yards. And the Patriots get a score closer. So the Patriot offense stays out there, and they'll line up and go for two.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, it's Conner. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Patriots take over. So the Patriots now down by 12. And time, a huge factor. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock. Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them. Pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at this.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Steven Nelson. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Jamie Collins, formerly of the Browns, in on the tackle. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
$230. 53, Mike. Watch the run,
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football,
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Steelers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home